Hello, today I'm going to show you how you can run your local LLMs from LM Studio in your VS Code editor without any third-party extensions like Continue, right from your chat side panel. Prerequisites for this video is LM Studio Desktop and VS Code Insiders version. We are going to use Insiders version because it has more ways of how you can connect your large language models to your editor compared to default Visual Studio Code edition. You can start by downloading specific model for your editor use. I recommend downloading models that support tool usage, and you can tell if model supports it or not by this hammer icon near its name, and you can tell if this model supports reasoning or vision, but what we're interested right now is tool usage. So you click on it, download it, and after you have successfully downloaded model of your choice, switch to your downloaded LLMs window and click on model you want to use for your code. In my case, I'm going to use Gemma for 2 billion and it supports both tool usage and reasoning. After you clicked on your model, next thing you need to do is load it into your GPU memory. For this, in the right upper corner, click load model and tweak parameters so the model is fitting into your GPU VRAM. For this, you can decrease your context length. For example, I'm going to lower it to 50,000. And how much of your model you want to offload into your GPU. In my case, I'm able to offload it completely. And third, one of the most important parameters is CPU thread pool use. You want to set it to the maximum cores of your processor, and if you set this pool size to the number of more than you have real cores of your CPU, this may affect your performance of LLM and they may slow down. Remove mmap for faster memory loading. Everything else I leave by default and click load model. While your model is loading, you can switch to developer settings in the left upper corner and check your model status. As we can see, our Gemma model is completely loaded in our memory and ready for usage. Next thing, check if you have your developer server running and your server IP and port. Ideally, it should run on localhost. Now, switch back to your Visual Studio Code Insiders. In order for us to add our loaded model from LM Studio to Copilot available models, click on this model drop-down and select Manage Language Models settings icon. After you pressed it, this pop-up will be shown to you and click in the right upper corner Add Models. Right here we can see OpenAI Compatible type of model, which is not available in default VS Code edition. This type of connection only available in VS Code Insiders edition. Click on it. You can name it whatever you want, but I'll leave it by default OpenAI Compatible. For the API key, you can pass whatever you want because it's local LLM. After you did this, another pop-up with chat configuration in JSON format will be opened. I recommend opening it right in your main window. Click Save. So now we need to configure our configuration of our Gemma model. For this, switch back to LM Studio and right here copy your large language model identifier by pressing on this icon. Return back to VS Code and pass your model identifier in the ID field. Next, you can name how you want your model to appear in the drop-down. In my case, I will just name it local Gemma. Next, we need to pass our server address in our configuration. For this, switch back to LM Studio and press copy icon near your server URL, which is localhost with default port in your VS Code window. Paste it for URL parameter, and next parameters you may want to configure whether you want your model to be able to call tools or is able to use its vision capabilities. Next important thing you need to do is set max input tokens for your model. We can find this if return back to LM Studio and click on Load and switch to Load tab of your model. We can see that when we loaded our model, we have set our custom length of 50,000 tokens. We need to copy this value and set in our VS Code configuration. Copy this value and return to your VS Code. After you filled all JSON fields, press Save. And after this, you will be able to use your local model with your code base right from GitHub Copilot side panel. Let's test it. You can see our model reasoning, and we can check prompt processing percentage in our LM Studio window. As we can see, our prompt was processed and generation started. We can return to our VS Code editor, and right here we can see that it works properly and as expected. Uses tools. Next, let's try to add something more complex. I asked it to create simple math visualization with matplotlib. Let's see how it performs. As you can see, it works pretty robust and fast. It's good for simple tasks. Let's try to run this code. As we can see, our model performed perfectly well and created this simple math visualization.